Oh god.
Cool. And we're live. Ah! Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Welcome. Hello. Welcome to Not Quite Novelists. Let me just fix something on my computer here because now I'm the one who's not ready. Okay.
Come on, man.
I
We
know.
got it.
I'm so professional.
Cat.
I
We
know
got it. We
exactly what
gotta
I'm
do
doing.
something.
So professional, I promise. I'm so professional. Okay, all right, let's do this. Hello. Welcome to Not Quite Novelist. This is the show where new friends are made, literally, and new worlds are built live on the spot each and every episode. My name is Savannah. If you don't know who I am, please tell me how you found my content because how'd you get here? Did you get lost? Anyway, you're welcome here anyway. If you do know who I am, though, you probably have heard me say, either on this channel or wherever I'm like guesting on other channels, about a billion times about a friend of mine who is been like my primary RP partner for almost 6 years now, which is crazy. Um, and that is my guest today, which is Finn, aka IcarianSuns.
Hello.
Ah! Hold for applause. Hold for applause. Yes. All right. Finn, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, you
First
excited to be
stream,
here?
so
I'm excited for you to
yeah.
be here.
Oh, I'm excited.
I love this. All right. Before we get started, I'm gonna go ahead and give my normal little thank you to our sponsor, All City Print. All City Print is your one-stop print shop. If you are an artist, if you have a brand, if you just want to generally see your art on some really cool merch, then you want to get it done at All City Print. And we're getting rated immediately. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. That's
Right.
so good.
Right.
Heck yeah. Hello, Sam. Hi. Yes. Right. What's up,
Right.
y'all?
Right. Right.
Y'all guys missed it. We are here with my friend Finn. Finn is one of my besties and has been my like primary RP partner for like 6 years now. We're about to make some crazy magic here, so get ready
It's
for
gonna get
this.
chaotic.
Yeah.
It's gonna get crazy.
Oh, it's gonna get weird, that's for sure.
It's gonna get weird.
Yeah. I don't know why the chat command for All City Print is not working. Let me try that again. Oh, yes, Sam, please, let's kidnap Finn too.
I'm getting
That would be.
like I'm
Let's
getting
do it.
kidnapped.
Yeah, you're getting kidnapped. I'm getting kidnapped, so that means you're also getting kidnapped. The chat command for All City Print is not working. But if you go to allcityprint.com and get a quote, if you are looking for your art or your logo or your brand on some hella cool merch, go ahead and go there and make sure to use the promo code NotQuiteNovelists to get a free set of 50 stickers with your design on it. And then I will fix that chat command before next time. Anyway, all of that being said, let's get started. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So
Freaking do it.
let's do it. So the way this works, I've got these two teacups right here. One with a theme, one with a tone. They have a bunch of slips of paper on it, or in it. And I'm gonna just draw one out of each cup, and then we're just gonna like make our characters and see if any of y'all have seen my past streams or my past episodes of this show. Get ready to watch me make a character that is not like any other character I've made. Because the characters I make for roleplays with Finn are wildly different than the
We're a
characters that
little
I make.
unhinged.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's unhinged.
Fun. It's unhinged as
I'm
hell.
gonna raid and run. Okay, bye Sam, love you, love your face.
Bye bye.
Oh dear God. Alright. So, by the way, you're also not going to hear what our theme and tone is, until we... Hold on. That's not supposed to be in there. I do this all the time where I like will pick one up that was like from like last week or the week before. I'm like, I want to avoid like repeats or whatever, but oh no. This is, you know what's really funny? This prompt that we got is fairly, and I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. As soon as I read what the prompts are, I knew that what was going to happen was going to be, I was going to see it and be like, oh, this is like very similar to something that like we've made privately before, right?
Did it happen?
It's going to be something, huh?
Did it happen?
Yes, of course it did. So, and I'm just not going to tell you what the prompts are until I have them on screen. So you can just wait. It's gonna. This is really funny. I actually love this. Okay, let's go ahead and show that. All right, so here's what our prompts are. Our prompts are fairies. In a rom-com story.
So basically,
yeah. So okay. So like I've said, Finn and I have been RPing with each other just like over text and over like it's Instagram DM is where we have most of it. For 6 years, we have 60 active role plays. I think we've hit 60 by now.
I'm sure it's gone higher. I'm sure.
It has to be. It has to be. I honestly have been really bad about like updating the list. But I do have a list. I have them organized in the notes app on my phone. But what this actually reminds me of a story, like character ideas that we had come up with in the past, but didn't actually start a full RP of. I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember I had this idea of like, imagine like a normal human person who like gets kidnapped by the fae and like the fairy like is trying to like, you know, seduce them into staying there forever, but during that the human is just like, nah, I'm good.
Kind of remember that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's making me think of. But it's also at the same time like I still love the concept of like a human ending up in like the fae world and like everyone thinking like, ha, you can never leave here, like you're stuck here forever, thinking that the human is gonna be like, no, send me back home, but the human's just like, fuck yeah, like the human is just so stoked and is just like, finally, you know what I mean?
Let's get me out of there. This is better.
Let's go. Yeah. I think that concept would be I think that's the concept we have to roll with, because that's the first thought in my head of like, human shows up in the fairy world, fairy, you know, king or whoever the fuck is just like, oh, you have to stay here forever, and is trying to be all menacing, and the human's just like, yeah, this shit rules, yeah. And then every single fairy for the rest of it is just like, huh?
What? What do you mean? What do you mean you want to stay?
Yeah, Eric shows up in the chat saying, "Ayo, fae rom-com. Sometimes winter and springtime." Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Hallmark movie.
Yep, exactly. So, God, okay, so that's what we're doing. We're making a fae, I mean, we know it has to be gay, so it's got to be a gay fae Hallmark movie.
We're making a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, I mean, are we surprised at all?
No. Not even a little bit.
Why did I know that was gonna happen? Oh boy. Okay. Alright. So, here's the thing. When it comes to these, especially, like, I don't really have a structure when it comes to these episodes. But you know, when we're making characters for, like, our roleplays and stuff, it's usually like, okay, who's your character, who's my character? So my question for you, do you want to be the human or the fae in this scenario?
That's a tough decision.
Mm-hmm. I know.
That's really,
Now, hold on one
I
second.
mean, uh-oh.
Let me... Where the fuck? Where the fuck do you
Holy
think you
Mark.
are? Hold on. Get the fuck out of here. No one needs your weird, shitty bot ads. Okay, sorry. Chat's being weird.
Oh,
Anyway, so, letting you mull
come
that
on.
over. Would you like to be the human or the fae in this scenario? Because I feel like in the past, at least in our... Sorry. I also saw in chat Eric says, brought to you by Polymark.
Holy Mark.
I like Polymark. That's a good one.
Good.
But I
Good.
feel like in the
Yes.
past, in our like Fae stories, because I love the idea of like playing like a human goes in there, like, but that's just me wanting to make my fucking self inserts. So you know that. So I feel like it'd be
Of course.
interesting if you played the human in this, or if you
Switched
made
it up a little.
your character would be the human. Yeah, let's switch it up. I feel like this is
Okay.
both switching it up and not switching it up at the same time. So again, I have to explain the backstory between me and Finn a little bit. I mean, we love writing pairings. Shocker, Savannah likes writing pairings in RPs. But I'm always playing. I'm never playing the type of characters that I make in this stream. In this stream and in, like, games and stuff like that, my playable characters that I make, 99% of the time are gonna be, like, small, cute fairy princess. Like, that's kind of the energy I like to put out there in games. If you've seen Castleton, it's a very, like, I love to play a Fallon character. However... when I'm making characters for Finn, I'm always, like... I'm always just like, wait, what did we call that one character a while ago? Tall, Dark, and Daddy? Is that what we called him?
Who was that?
It was Hayden. And I'm pretty sure it was you who called him that.
Hang on now.
It was one of us.
It was somebody.
I take that back. It might have been me. I think that was me.
I think it was you. I'll pull up the receipts right now.
No, don't do that.
Expose you live on stream.
Yeah. Listen, I spent a whole episode talking about two big tops ass to ass, so there's not really much that you can do to expose me on screen. Anyway, yeah, so I am usually playing the, like, I'm usually playing, like, the big, like, protector type of dudes. Like, I play tall, large man, in our RPs, which is not something I usually play. So when I say get ready for me to make a character that is wildly different than anything people have seen me make, on this stream, that's what I mean.
Ready.
So, yeah, so you know I'm gonna make some fucking, like, Fae King bullshit. I'm trying to decide. I don't know if I want to do, like, I don't know if I want to make a character that's, like a Jareth from Labyrinth kind of thing. Or if I want to even switch it up from that. Because when you think, like, Fairy King, you kind of think David Bowie. You know what I mean? You kind of think like a David Bowie type.
Something like David Bowie.
Now, what if this was... What?
Extravagant.
Like, yeah. You think Drag King. Like, that's... When you think, like,
Even
hot
better.
Fairy King, you think... What is happening?
Hello?
Okay, so Angry Meatball just straight up put a whole ass, like, fanfic in our chat.
This is great.
And I need to read this out loud. Sorry guys, can't make it to trivia this week. You remember that guy that I met at the party last weekend? We made out, did an impromptu karaoke. I left wearing his sunglasses. So I guess he's some kind of fairy baron or something, and by his laws, we're married now. I'm packing up to go to his castle. I'll fill you in on the whole thing when we get his Wi-Fi installed. That is iconic.
Wi-Fi.
That's
Like the router.
incredible.
You gotta get the router.
Angry Meatball. I'm obsessed with that. You just made the whole ass, like...
That was iconic. That's incredible.
So good. Holy shit. Oh boy. I kind of want to... I'm going to pin that because that's just so good. Yeah, that's getting pinned. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Anyway, moving on. So let's...
Okay.
Yeah, that tracks. I love all of that. All right. So, the thing is...
Fantastic.
Yeah, the thing is, when you think Fairy King, you think, like a David Bowie, you think, like, royalty, a little bit more distinguished, a little bit more, like, in my opinion, you think, like, Drag King, right? You think, like...
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like the idea of doing some kind of, like, a little bit more, like, druidic, like, feral type fairy, like, instead of, like, king or prince or something a little bit more, like, flouncy, I think, like clan leader, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I think someone that's a little bit more,
okay.
like, you see the vision, you see where I'm going with it? Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I'm
So what kind of
picking it
twink
up.
is falling in love with the clan leader?
Hey, hang on now. Whoa. It's just a minute.
Can you guys tell that we've been friends for years? Can you tell we've been doing this a while?
We actually don't know each other at all.
We just met, actually, at the beginning
Yeah, I
of
don't
the
know
street.
who this is. We met on the street. I don't know who this is anymore.
It's so funny to do this to you over text. I didn't realize how much funnier it is to do it, like, to your face.
I mean, to be fair with texting, we're just rapid fire going back and forth.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck. I made myself laugh too hard. I'm so sorry. It was the, whoa, hold on now.
Wait a minute.
Yes! Oh my god. Eric calling you out. We did not just meet, because Eric was helping me track down dice for you at PAX Unplugged.
Hang on. Wait.
Yep. We got receipts.
Wow.
We're exposing you on stream now. Oh no.
Backfired. Oh god.
Oh no. Oh no, the consequences of my actions.
Oh no.
Oh boy, I'm obsessed. Okay. So, yeah, at least since December. It has been at least since December.
Pulling out the receipt.
Unfortunately, I did lose my, I lost my old Instagram account, so I can't go as far back as, like, the 2019 messages, but I can at least go as far back as, like, the 2021 messages between us.
I had limited access to that, and then Instagram was like, just kidding, yoink.
Depressing. It's so upsetting.
I didn't get to save any of it.
What?
I didn't get to save any of it.
Yeah, of course not, because the internet and technology hates us, so.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's why
Great.
I started. I think it was when I lost my old account was when I started the Notes app, where I was like, well, all of our lore and all of our stories are, like, gone, so I have to, like, keep them somewhere. So I put them in a Notes app where it's now, like, just a folder with its own subfolders, with its own, yeah.
Immortalized.
Truly. Okay. Yeah, I think, like, something, like, druidic, something kind of, like, clan leader kind of energy, a little bit more, like, barbaric type, like, kind of feral energy, would be a good homeless David Bowie character.
Confirmed. You got now it's confirmed.
Shit, that's gotta be canon now.
It's canon.
Yeah. Listen, if I'm gonna make a Fae Lord of some kind, you've gotta think about David Bowie. Like, he has to have David Bowie's face, right?
He's gotta. Yeah.
He has to. So yeah. So I think that's it. So what kind of character, so every rom-com has to have, like, the meet cute, right? So what kind of character do you think that you would make to meet this, like, you know, hardcore, homeless David Bowie, druid barbarian? That's the most chaotic sentence I ever said out loud.
That's so chaotic.
Yeah.
Somebody write that down.
Yep.
How funny
I'll
would
put
it
that
be?
in chat right now.
And it's dance moves.
Dance magic, dance magic. I was just listening to that in the car on the way home from getting you boba this morning. So, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Homeless David Bowie, druid barbarian.
Homeless David Bowie. I can't get over that.
That's wild. That's the most insane.
Incredible.
So that's what we're doing here. Yeah. So okay, yeah. What kind of? Here's my thought. Here's what I think. Like, first thing off the bat when I think of this, in terms of like a meet cute kind of situation, I think that if you're going with, like, making, like, a human character, I think that he would have been brought to the Fae world. I think he would have been brought there by someone else, not by the leader, and, like, brought to this leader, right?
Okay.
Because I don't think that homeless David Bowie and the druid homeless David Bowie, the druid barbarian. Holy shit.
We have a name. Chat, we got a name.
We got a name. Okay, that's for sure getting pinned.
That's even better.
Yeah, David Bowie. He sold his house for a day of fun. Stop.
Oh.
Stop, Eric.
Oh, God.
I can't. Oh, my God. My chat is great. I love my friends so much. David Hobie.
David Hobie.
Favid Hobie. We got it. Anyway, I can't. Chat, y'all are too much. This is too much.
Fantastic.
Favid Hobo.
David Hobo.
I can't. This is too much. I love when chat's funnier than I am, and, like, the entire show just becomes not chat watching me. Now. It's fully me being entertained by chat. Like, it's them coming. They come up with the story. Okay.
David
so yeah,
Hobie.
I think what it would be, trying to get us. Let's center. Let's get this back.
Gotta lock in.
I think that what this is your character gets, like, kidnapped somehow, or maybe tricked, or somehow, like, gets... I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my god, I cannot stay on topic.
Thank you.
We're fine. Oh my god. And gets brought to...
ADH demons.
Like, the ADH demons are so real.
They're back.
They're getting brought to the, this, like, fairy, like, clan leader, lord, or whatever the hell we're gonna call him. So
imagine if it's just, like, a guy, like an office worker or something.
He's just a dude. That's what I'm imagining.
He's
it's like,
just a guy.
Just a guy. Like, he's just a dude.
He's just like a dude, just office worker. Imagine, because it's like you know, forest druid guy out in the woods.
Yeah.
Imagine he falls into, like, a fairy ring or something on, like a work, like a.
Oh, like a.
What are those things called?
Take your time.
Work in an office. I don't know what they're called. Like an outing, like a work outing.
I think The word. Oh, team building. Oh, like a team building, like outing, a team building like trip
Yeah.
or something. Like
Like
a
they go out like hiking or whatever, or like something.
yeah. They do this like bullshit like thing where it's like,
It's a
oh, we're gonna try
workstation
and like,
camping trip.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Office camping trip, and they end up, and he ends up like falling into like a fairy ring of some kind. Interesting. Interesting. I like it.
And he gets there and he's like, you know what? This is better than an office.
Yeah.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Yeah, he's like a guy. I think
Real
he's like a
estate.
guy who's just like generally bored with his life. Like he's like,
Yeah.
I need to do something different. I just don't know what. He goes on this like camping trip thinking, okay, maybe like getting out in nature would like help me out. I think what it is like they're on this like trail, they're on this like hike, and he's kind of like falling behind, and he hears a voice. He hears someone like in the woods and goes off trail. Right?
This guy's stupid as hell.
I mean, he's your character.
You hear a voice in the woods. Hey, wait. Hang on now. Hang on. I know where you live. I know where you live. I'll see you in 10 minutes. I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh my god. I need to clip that. That needs to get clipped. That is so good.
You're not wrong. You're talking to somebody who's eaten dog treats because someone said, do it.
I remember that. I remember you texted me, I just ate dog food. Like, with no context, you just said, I ate dog food. And I was like, what the fuck? And then you were like, yeah, I ate dog treats. And I was like, I need context. And then you said you did it on purpose.
I'm giving you context. Had one. And they said, please try this. It tastes like a graham cracker. And it did. Is that a crime?
You ate dog treats on purpose.
Is it a crime?
You ate dog treats on purpose.
I had one, and it was that big.
Doesn't matter. You ate dog treats. Anyway, you put that on the internet. You said that out loud.
I did. I ate a dog treat.
Incredible. I love that you just have no... there's no inhibitions there. You're just like, yeah. I said what I fucking said.
All of Twitch, I ate a dog treat.
Okay, that's also getting clipped.
During company hours.
That is also getting clipped. I'm obsessed with this. Okay. Yes, I think this guy, like, gets...
Anyways.
He gets distracted or, like, gets... David Bowie isn't judging you. That's true. Homeless David Bowie is not judging...
I mean, he would probably eat the dog treats, too.
No. Here's what I think. I think homeless David Bowie would not judge you for eating the dog treats. Would judge the dog treat for not being, like, natural or nutritious enough to actually feed the fucking animal. You know what I mean?
Well, to be fair.
No, I understand, but that's what I think. I think homeless David Bowie in the fucking woods, as this, like, druidic barbarian clan leader of the Fae, right? I think any animal companions that the clan has, any animal companions that follow this, like, you know, druid circle, eat the same way that they do. Like, I think eat's, like, the same, like, we share the meat, share the...
What you're technically supposed to feed animals.
Exactly.
Instead of the kibble.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So, homeless David Bowie, not judging you, definitely judging the pet food industry. Does that make sense? This is too much. This is insane. Okay.
Let's circle back to hearing a voice in the woods, because if you hear a voice in the woods, why would you go chase?
Unless...
It's a horror movie.
Well, I mean, first off, unless your guy doesn't, like, here's someone who's, like, maybe hears, like, one of the other office workers, hears the voice of one of his coworkers, and thinks like, oh, maybe they like found something, or oh, why the hell did you walk off the trail? Let me go find you so that no one's like alone in the woods. Turns out he walked off
Joke's
and
on you.
got alone in the woods, you know? Like
He's alone in the woods.
Yeah. I think that's what happened.
He's never seen a horror movie in his life.
You think so? You think he's one of those guys who's like, I'm too scared of horror movies, so I don't watch them. So he has no idea the actual rules.
He's one of those white guys that just like follows a noise into the basement. And it's like, it's nothing, it's fine.
He hears footsteps downstairs when he's alone in a house and says, hello? That's...
Who's there?
Yeah, exactly. That's what that is. Oh my god, yeah. That makes sense. So, okay.
That makes sense.
So we're gonna do my favorite part. Naming our characters.
Oh god.
Yeah. As much as I love David Bowie, the Druid Barbarian, I kind of want to come up with something that's a little more Fae, less on the nose Fae. That's what I want. So,
more subtle.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Finn, I know your MO when it comes to naming characters. But why don't you tell the audience? How do you name your characters usually?
Do you want both answers?
Yes. Give me all of the answers.
The Pinterest one first or the gaming one first?
How do you name the characters that you and I usually RP?
I mean,
or would you like me to tell them?
So, anyways, I go to Pinterest. I like using Pinterest for stuff, like names.
That's, you know,
and my character themes. Pinterest is good. See, it's helped you before. Don't. You know what you're thinking.
I have a list.
And did you pull up the list?
This man loves to name our, like, OCs, like, name characters in our RPs after Genshin Impact characters.
Let's not look at my beanie.
Yeah, there's so many. Like, it's to the point where every time we start a new RP, and you, like, will name a character, I will go Google...
Wait, let me defend myself. Wait.
I will go and Google the name and add Genshin to the end.
Wait. Hold on now. You did that with Aster, and his was not Genshin.
It's just...
That's a legitimate flower.
I agree with you. It's just so funny. Like, it got to the point... Like, there were some that I was like, okay, I knew off the bat, right? I already knew... what were the ones? Goru, I think Aether was one.
That's also a legitimate name.
Yeah, okay. Sure. I'm not saying that they're not legitimate names. I'm just saying that
when you get to like Kaya and Dilu.
I remember the last like Fae RP that we made. That was like a Fae one, and you chose the name. What was it, Liney or something? But
Linny.
But that was in the beginning of your Baldur's Gate 3 obsession too. So then later you changed his name to Astarion, and that was like right before I realized what you were doing, and then I started seeing more like
wait, there was one that I got by you,
and I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
there was one that I got by you, and you didn't notice it for a long time.
Oh, it was Hayden's dog, Fiorina.
Yeah.
That one got past me. That one did, and I was like, I remember, like, messaging you at, like, 2 in the morning, and I was like, Fiorina too? Are you fucking kidding? I was like, are you joking?
Snuck one by you.
Oh, boy.
I'm so proud of that.
It is, so long. Your naming convention is either, Genshin Impact, or...
Hey, it's a good game.
Hosier references. Because we have another RP with a character that is, he's a singer and he's very, like, Hosier coded, right? And
He's based off of Hosier.
his cat's name is Wilson, and that one got by me because I hadn't heard that song yet.
You didn't know, well, because they didn't have another cat named Jackie.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying. Yeah. We'll go with Pinterest, sure. That's your naming convention. But we all know the truth
Pinterest.
now. We know the truth now. I had to look directly into the camera for that one.
You know nothing.
I know you. I know you. Well, we all know my favorite way to name characters. However, because I want to go for like a very like classic D&D druidic kind of name, I think what I'm gonna do is just use our good old fantasy name generator, throw some stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
See what happens.
Yeah. In the meantime, while we are looking for names and stuff for our characters, what do you think your guy looks like? I mean, we've kind of established, okay, he is just a man. You know, he is just a guy.
He's just a guy.
Yeah. What does he look like? And how was he dressed when he fell through the Fey Circle? Because I think how he dresses normally, you know, to go to like an office job is going to be like the white button up with like maybe like a tie or just a button up and a jacket or something. Like something very normal, business casual. Yeah. So if he's on like a work camping trip or a work hike, team building kind of thing, like a work retreat, that's the word I'm looking for. How do you think he's dressed? Like, is he someone who is outdoorsy enough to know, like, how to dress when he's hiking? Or was he complaining about his feet the whole time because he wore the wrong shoes?
I'd be the second one. Like, he'd probably be the type to just, like, t-shirt, shorts, maybe a light jacket or zip up or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Just like I'm not an outdoors person.
Yeah. I just pulled up fantasy name generator, and one of the first names that came up is just oregano.
Oregano?
Yeah, just oregano. That's all.
Oregano, just straight up oregano.
That's all it said was oregano.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that makes
new
sense.
name just dropped.
Yeah. I don't think I would name him Oregano.
Oregano.
Okay. Anyway.
Hi, my name's Oregano.
I don't know. Ooh, I do think, okay, interesting idea. When a guy falls into hole and goes into fairy world, right? I don't think it's when he falls. I think what happens is while he's walking through the woods, he's like trying to find his like coworker because he can hear like a voice. And I think without paying attention, he doesn't realize that some of the trees are arched and he walks through it. Yeah, I think that's what it is. He doesn't realize, he's like not paying attention because he's listening to the voice and he like steps through like an arch.
Or he sees the trees and he's like, this is normal.
Yeah, he doesn't.
This is a normal forest phenomenon.
Yeah. He has no idea, so he just kind of steps through. But I think when he falls, he fell into like a hunting trap laid by the Fae. So when he like falls, it's one of those like hidden traps where it has like a bunch of leaves and stuff like over it.
It's like the one you like drop down.
Yeah, he like falls into a hole, like a trap door kind of thing. He falls in, and the people who find him, they're all like, I think they're like almost like dryad type character. Like I think they're like people that like have like their hair is made of like moss and has like leaves sticking out, or they have like some of them have like little flowers like growing out of their bodies and stuff like that. I think it's very like dryad nymph. Hold on, my headphones are. But I think it's very like dryad nymph, like plantkin type of characters.
I see.
So so he falls into this hole, and then suddenly like a girl with moss in her hair and twigs and leaves like poking out, or like two little like antler type of things, but they're actually branches growing out of her head, kind of pokes her head into the hole and is like, "Hi. what are you? You know, that kind of thing. And I think that would be like her first
It's like,
question.
what are you?
Yeah, exactly. It would be that situation.
What am I? What am you?
Or interesting idea. She can't speak English, so she just starts talking, and it sounds like gibberish, or it sounds like rustling leaves, and it makes a sound that a human being or that a person should not be able to make. But you know, she's not a human being. And when he's like, "Huh," and like panic,
What?
yeah,
Huh?
she like waits for a minute and goes, "Human," and just says that. He's like, "What the fuck?"
He's like, yeah.
Yeah, and so
They're fine.
she like helps him out of the hole, and like picks like some dirt or moss off of the ground and just hands it to him. And she like looks like she's waiting for a little bit, and she just eat.
You want me to what?
Eat.
I guess he
and
would
then
just
takes like a bite of it. It like takes like a bite of it, and then like.
Eat. Like she just ate leaves.
She just ate dirt.
She just ate dirt and leaves off the ground.
Keeps handing it to him like, eat.
He would probably eat it like out of okay.
Yeah, just out of pure like confusion but
okay. It couldn't get any weirder, right?
Hear me out. When he does, though, she opens her mouth and she starts talking normally, like in that weird, like it sounds like leaves and wind and whistling and all of this other random nature sounds that shouldn't happen. But slowly he starts like hearing it and realizing once he like swallows the food, then she's like, "Okay, you are a human," and she just starts. Like, it sounds like English to him. Like, it naturally translates in his head because of it.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I completely got that from, there's a show that I really love that's like, I think I've told you about it a few times, but it's essentially, it's Jim Henson in space. It's called Farscape. Yeah. I talked about it a lot in the episode that I did with Diana of the Rose, the two Big Tops Ass to Ass episode. But we talked a lot, and there is a thing in that episode, or in that show, where what they do is it's there's like microbes that they can like inject into your body that kind of go up into your brain and are like translator microbes. So it's organic, and they go up into your head, and it like translates what you're saying into English or into whatever your species like native language is, and which I think is so cool. So, yeah, so I think something that would be really cool is if that's kind of what she did. Like, she gave him some, like, dirt and moss and knows that there was, like, bugs in what she was feeding him that, like, crawled their little way into his brain. Yeah, he's eating tiny bugs. And they crawled their way into his brain to help translate, like, what she's saying. And it's still kind of, like, broken English. It's still just like, you eat? Yes? Okay, you are human?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where am I?
Ooh. Okay, that poses a good question. What is the name of the fairy world in this?
Ooh.
So, that's a good question. I do think, like, but that is when she, like, takes him, she says, "You come with me," and, like, grabs his hand and just starts pulling him. And, like, that's when she, like, takes him to, like, the druid circle. That's where all the other druids are, and it's a lot of other, like, plant kin type of people. So it's, like, people that have, like, little twigs grown out of their head. It's people that have, like, you know, green skin or more, like, skin that looks like birch tree bark, you know, that kind of thing.
Ooh, yeah.
Very much a whole different host of, like, plant type people. Which I think
mushrooms
is really,
growing on them.
Yeah, like some of them are more fungi, some of them are more tree, some of them are floral. Like some of them have like their hair looks like it's more flower petals coming out of their head kind of thing. And that's when she takes him to the leader. And I think he is someone who, I think his plant is like an oak tree. You know, something that's a really like strong,
okay.
something that's really like sturdy.
Strong and sturdy.
Yeah. So less. I'm so sorry for everybody who wants the David Bowie, but I think less David Bowie. I think more like, I think bulkier. I think someone that's like really like thick. I didn't mean to say it. That sounded weird, but I feel like that sounded weird when I said thick. But you know what I mean.
How many C's?
So, as many as you want. Oh, I need to stop. Anyway.
Had to.
Yeah. I think he's got like really like rough, like almost bark-like skin. I think his hair like comes out as like leaves. Yeah, I think that's really cool. I think he's got like, I think he wears like a hat that looks almost like a military like beret kind of cap. But it's an acorn. Like, it's the top of an acorn. But for some reason, it's not, like... Because, you know, when you think of, like, oh, fairies wear, like, the little acorn thing as a hat. And it's like...
Yeah.
You think of small, cutesy fairies. This guy looks like fucking Jorgen from Fairly Odd Parents. You know what I mean?
That's so good!
That is...
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm hearing right now. Is that
oh my God. Perfect.
That's the goal.
Perfection.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So that's kind of what I'm imagining for this guy. And he's like, he looks at this random dude.
A guy who just, like, he fell in a hole.
Yeah, he just fell in a hole.
He's like, what the hell?
Yeah, looks at the girl who brought him here and is just like, what is this? He has no idea how to act. He's just... I think he literally says, what is this? Instead of who is this? Or who are you? Doesn't even address the human. Doesn't even address the man. Looks at his, like, you know, compatriot. Looked at one of his, like, clan members and was like... What is this? Yeah. Yeah. You know what would be really, really, really funny? If you named the human guy David.
Done. Name found.
Done.
Canon.
Gotta be.
David.
Oh my God.
I was thinking, like, what's a basic white guy name?
Yeah, it's gotta be David after this. You know what I mean? After all of the David Bowie talk. Sorry,
sure,
David
everything
Bowie is
in the
not
chat.
the Fae in this story. Apologies,
We're flipping the
but
script.
He's gotta be David.
Yeah.
Still trying to think of name for my guy. Let me think. So, okay. Trying to think of, like, names or words that mean, leader or mean defender, protector, things like that. Things of that nature, I think, would make a lot more sense. So, let's see.
I have Pinterest pulled up on, like, my little second screen.
Okay.
And there's the longest name I've ever seen on this.
Say it. Can you pronounce it?
I don't know.
Oh.
What is it? Olympiodorus? I've never heard of that being a name. Yeah.
Spell
yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
What is it? Olympiodoros.
Nah.
What's a name? That's apparently a name. What are these names?
I don't know. You're on Pinterest. What do you want from me?
I don't know.
I feel like his actual name... Here's the thing, is I feel like his actual name is one that David would not be able to pronounce. I feel like his actual name is something that's like, you know, it is just like the sound of wind flowing through a fully grown oak tree's leaves. And, like, a human would not be able to make that noise accurately enough to, like, say it with his mouth, right? So, like, he has to, like, think of a name. I think that's where it is. There's a name in here. Ooh, this name is Terrell, which sounds really cool, and apparently it means stubborn animal, which I think is funny. Thunder ruler, powerful.
Whoa.
God. Okay, so it's like a variation, or it's like a derivative of Thor. Which is kind of cool. But I feel like there needs to be a name that, like, means oak. Or oak tree or something like that. Names that mean oak tree. Why not?
Why not? Just go straight to the source.
Yeah. I mean, might as well, right? We do have an OC named Oaks, but that is a entirely different story. That's an entirely different
Very
person.
different.
I love him, though.
He needs a nap.
He's slept long enough.
He needs a normal nap.
For those
not
who know,
not a 6 foot under nap.
Yeah, our OC Oaks is a character that he died and got brought back to life by his necromancer girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's good. There is a name, Ogden, that says, from the Oak family. I like Ogden.
That's good.
You know what? I'm going to say that. I'm going to say his name is Ogden. Yeah. When David starts getting a little cozy with him, he can call him Augie. I think that's cute.
Augie. Okay, that is cute.
Augie is precious, right?
That is very cute.
Yeah. Okay, yes. So Ogden. So yeah, I think he, like, when he sees David, he first looks to, like, the girl who's, like, his compatriot and looks at her and is just like, what is this?
What is this?
Yeah. And David just, I'm a person. You know what I mean?
I'm just a guy.
What do you mean, what is this?
What are you?
Yeah, oh my god. Would he say that out loud? Would he say that just straight up to him? Or is he too intimidated? Would he be scared?
He'd probably be scared.
Yeah.
He's surrounded by plant people. He doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Okay, so then that does beg the question.
He's like, there's mushrooms going out of that guy's face. What?
That guy's ears are just 2 shelf mushrooms.
I don't know where I am.
Oh, poor scared baby.
I think I hit my head.
He did. But you did, but that has nothing to do with what's happening now. Sorry.
You got concussion,
okay.
But it's not causing hallucinations.
Yup. Okay, let's go back to our fantasy name generator, and let's see if we can find a good, like, place. You know what I mean? So, I'll just say fairy world name generator, I guess. Because, I mean, there's plenty, like, names that we could give it. There's plenty of things that we could say, like, you know, like Avalon or Elysium or whatever. We could do things like that, but I feel like we should just... The other thing that I like to do is just kind of, like, key smash and then see if it forms a word. And, like, stick vowels where they're supposed to go, stick, you know, other letters where they need to go to make it make sense, kind of thing. Crimoria, that sounds cool.
That sounds cool as hell.
Crimoria, I feel so it was spelled Crimoria. Crimoria.
Crimoria.
I feel like that should be the name of the world itself, because that's actually sick. I really like that.
That is pretty cool.
I don't actually know if that's exactly what it was said on there, because I hit, like, regenerate a little too quickly, but that was, like, one of those, like,
it
first glance kind of thing, and I was like, that sounds cool.
That sounds cool. That sounds pretty cool.
We're going to put that one in chat as well. Crimoria, and I'm just going to pin that so that we know what's the name of the world is.
What's the world?
Yeah. I feel like that could be... So, now just for funsies, I am going to look up, like, okay, what does this, like, mean? You know what I mean? Like, what
Yeah.
could like the word? What could like the parts of the word? Let's look at the etymology of the world of the name that we've created. Name meaning. Oh, good lord. Crimora or Crimora is I don't know if that's correct. What is a Crimora? Apparently, it's a genus of sea slugs. So that's kind of
Okay.
cool. Yeah.
Sea slugs.
Um. uh. Crimo, like Crimo. Go ahead and
Yeah.
take a hot guess what that means.
I'm scared too.
Crimes.
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 The secret ingredient is crime.
I need you to send me that piece again, because
Oh yeah.
when I lost a bunch of photos, that was one of the ones that I lost, and that was one of my favorite pictures. Yeah,
The
and
secret
that
ingredient
that
is
will
crime.
get
Crime.
posted on. I'll put that on Instagram, and just says the secret ingredient is crimes.
It's crimes.
I think the name
Crime.
Crimoria is the name of the world as a whole. The forest that they're in, I don't know what the name of the forest would be. I don't think that they would have a name that would be understood by humans. I think it's the same thing
That's true.
of like the language that they speak is like, it's like the language that they speak does not have words that are translatable into English, so they kind of have to make a new one up.
Like, they wouldn't have a need for an English name.
Yeah, because fucking there's no
humans gonna come here.
Humans hanging out here, yeah.
Oh.
This is interesting though. This does beg the question: who, if it wasn't the girl who caught him in the trap, and if it wasn't anybody from Ogden's clan, who is it that used the voice that led him off the path into the woods?
Nobody good.
You know what? I think that is okay. So we went from like, oh, prissy, like prince, king kind of character to like not oak tree, burly, like fuck you up, druid barbarian. So I think it is the like
the other.
I think it's the king or prince, or I think it's someone from like a prissy royal family trying to like kidnap humans.
I was gonna bring up like you know how in the Appalachian Mountains they have all those like, if you hear voices, don't go. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think
like,
it's someone from like a royal family who, and it's something like really fucked up. It's something like, you know, people will say like, oh, well, they're gonna kidnap you and like hunt you for sport. I think that's what it is. I think the like royal family is like, we're bored.
Eat you.
Yeah, it's like, we're bored. Let's just get some humans to chase around because we're too good at chasing around the actual like animals that already live here. You know what I mean?
Let's hunt some people for sport.
Yeah, because these are fucking fairies that, like, have been around for centuries. I don't think they give a fuck. So I think them...
Yeah, they're just bored.
Yeah, especially, like, the royals. Like, especially if it's, like, a royal family who can, like, do whatever the fuck they want. I think that's it, is, like, they're just bored. And so they're like, yeah, let's get some humans in here. Let's have some fun.
Why not?
Yeah. But luckily he fell into the trap that was actually laid out by the druids.
So he's not going to be hunted for sport and eaten. Maybe.
So the meet cute, the comedy portion of the rom-com is him getting introduced to Ogden and Ogden going, what?
What is that?
Yeah, what is that? That right there.
What is that?
It? Yeah.
What is this thing?
That's where the comedy happens. But when it comes time to realize, like, oh, you were summoned here by those guys, those, like, prissy assholes over there, absolutely not. And so it, like, becomes, like, a, like, protection order. It becomes... Okay, I'm so sorry for how many, like, inside character jokes and comments that we have made and that we're going to continue to make throughout the rest of this stream. But this is what happens.
Only we get it.
And I'm sorry. However, we have OCs that some of our OG characters, some of our absolutely original characters. I hope you know what direction I'm going when I'm saying this. But we, like, some of the very first characters that we ever made was like a 1920s mob boss and like a mob wife, Charlotte and Vito.
My
So
first
excited.
OC.
Lucianos, the babies. I love them so much. And
Oh, I love them.
and basically the backstory between them is that Charlotte moved to New York from the South to try and be a Broadway actress, saw some shit that she wasn't supposed to see, and ended up under the protection order of this very, like, grumpy, pissed off, like, dark and sexy.
He was so angry all the time.
Yeah, and he fucking did not like Charlotte. He did not like Charlotte because he was like, you dumb bitch, basically.
He didn't like
anyone.
anyone.
She was stupid. However, and so when she...
It's better.
Yeah, so, like, she came under, like, the protection of Vito, who was, like, this mob boss, and eventually they, like, fell in love, and it was adorable, and now Charlotte will fuck a bitch up. Like, Charlotte doesn't fuck around.
Yeah. She don't fuck around.
She's is sometimes scarier than Vito, which is...
Okay, she's scarier than him.
That's because she's got Vito whipped.
She does! It's true.
She's got that Southern mama voice, you know. She's like, you're gonna get over here and you're gonna do your job. Like, she'll fuck a bitch up. And I love her for it. So, but bringing it back home, that's what I think is happening here. I think, like, I think Ogden realizes that David is, like, in danger now, right? And is like, okay, well, I'm gonna protect you. Because they end up going back. They end up trying to find, like, the portal that was opened up before, but they can't get him back. The portal closed, and so they can't get him back to the human world. And, so I think that's what's happening is, like, okay, well, until we find another portal to the human world, or until we can find a way to open a portal to the human world, because maybe, like, this clan doesn't have access to doing something like that, then you're under our protection. So Ogden very much, like, takes David in and is like, nah, you stay by me. Like, I got your back kind of thing. I think he's a lot less grumpy and, like, hating everything than Vito is. I think he's, like, he does it willingly, and he's, like, he doesn't get angry or snappy at David. He gets angry at, like, the situation, and he's like, those prissy fucks. Like, that's kind of his attitude. When he, like, goes after... That's what I think is happening when he goes after... I don't think he's going after them. I think, but now, because this, like, royal family is like, we brought this guy here to hunt him for sport.
This is we laid our claim on him.
Mm-hmm. But it's more like, all you're doing is making the game harder. And they, like, continue... So now they're hunting, like, the druids, which is, like... Fuck, like, the druids... they had, like,
a... turned into all that war.
Yeah. Because it turns into, like, it was... They had, like, kind of a tense, like, truce, almost treaty situation where it was, like, you know, you can... These are, like, Cremoria's lands, but, like, we rule Crimoria. Even though you guys are, like, nomadic, independent clans, you're still on Crimorian lands.
Our land.
Yeah. That's what I think is going on. So then it turns into a whole thing. Like, a whole big, like, problem.
Oh, no. That's not gonna be good.
This went from really funny rom-com to real fucked up someone's getting hurt real quick. But, like, are we surprised?
What happened to our Hallmark movie? What happened to Hallmark?
Are we surprised that this was going to happen with us?
No, I kind of figured, yeah.
No. Someone's got to get tortured, someone's got to get kidnapped, someone's got to get hurt somehow.
Oh, God.
You're the one who always does that! Don't act so surprised that I bring it up, because I'm used to it. I love this idea, because I remember I told you yesterday, I can't wait for us to stream together, because you know whatever characters we make is gonna be, like, our next RP. Like, you know, after this stream, I'm gonna
turn into it.
I'm gonna message you, like, all the pictures, all the stuff. Yeah, it's gonna happen. So.
It's gonna happen.
Obviously. So
Right.
I think um now I'm trying to think of like I think something really interesting and kind of that could bring it like a comedic element to it that brings it back. It's either gonna bring like could be really funny, could be really dangerous. Is what if Ogden and this king, this like prince or whoever the fuck, what if they're related? Like brothers, maybe?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that could make it
I
spicy.
That could bring some real problems into this.
Yeah, exactly. Like that, I was gonna say, like that could either be really funny or really messy. That could get messy very quickly.
So
Yeah.
either way.
So now here's my question
Ooh.
for you, because you know that this is my favorite part.
Oh boy.
Where does the romance come into this?
Hmm.
How did David and Ogden realize they're like, we want to smooch? How does that happen?
We could go back to the Hallmark path
Mm-hmm.
and just have it be like over time. Like, have you seen? Wait, what is that movie called? The Proposal.
Oh my god. With Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes. I
Where
haven't
it's
seen
like
that
they
in
kind of hate each other. They're like not. They're
forever.
not. They're not like close
Yeah.
at all. And then over time,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I kind of like
Like the
it.
more they spend time, the more it's like the hard eyes.
Okay, I also think, because you know that this is also a favorite trope of mine, I also
Oh.
think how fucking funny would it be is if while they're like, this is like really serious, they're in like this like hideout, like camp kind of thing, like they're in this like, they've started having to like bring in like animal kin and like other like wild kin type of like fairy people to like go up against this like more structured like royal family kind of thing. It's like this is like a tense like thing. They're like in the moments of like trying to like, gather protections basically and gather like almost like this is inciting like a rebellion against the royal family. David's just a guy. He's just a
Just a
person.
guy.
He's
He's
just
just
a person.
here.
Now imagine,
Oh.
imagine one day,
Oh no.
imagine one day,
Oh no.
uh, like at like dinner or something, or they're at like they're doing whatever, and David accidentally has like some kind of like tea or like some kind of drink, like drinks from like some kind of like sap or some kind of like fairy liquor or something that just like gets him real flirty. He just is
Oh
feeling
no.
some kind of way. You know what I mean? Like
Wait, oh, this
he's
is fantastic.
isn't that great?
Oh
And Ogden fully just maybe human needs sleep. Sleep. And David's like, nah.
no. No.
Looks him dead in the eye and is like, no.
No.
Sleep is not I need. A bed is what I need, but sleep is not what I need.
You're half right.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're not sleeping.
He literally says that, and Ogden is just like,
He's like,
all right. Yeah,
hmm?
Ogden is like, it's that meme where it's just like, yeah, it's that.
That it's literally that, or it's that the one I keep sending you, where it's just like
That's the yeah. The what is it? Marina and the
Marina and the Diamonds.
yeah, that's what it is. It's that meme. That's exactly what I think Ogden's reaction is because Ogden is very much just like I've never been around a human. Like,
I don't know what this is.
he doesn't interact with like the real the human world or the material plane. So I think like this interaction is just like
Like, oh,
could be fun, you know. Yeah,
oh my.
he fully tells his like right hand man of like he's pulling David and he's like, yeah, don't tell, make sure no one bothers us, like that kind of thing.
God.
Incredible. I love the trope of like I love the whole it's like a Midsummer Night Dream kind of thing where it's like, you know, accidentally drinking a love potion or falling in love with the wrong person or like that kind of thing. Like those kind of
Oh
tropes are
yeah,
so messy and so
so
fun.
messy.
Yeah, it's so messy.
It's like,
It's
oh,
so
this is a
fun.
mess. I
That's
love
what
it.
it. Yeah, exactly. That's awful. Do it again. Like
Do it
that's the
again.
energy that I want to bring into this, and I think that'd be so funny. Um, I
I think that's
think,
good.
yeah. Okay, so I've described a lot about like what Ogden looks like. He's got like the bark skin. He's really tall. He is sturdy. He is oak tree. Like he is like, you know, he's built right. Um, let's circle all the way back. What does David look like?
I just keep thinking of like the most generic guy.
Just a man. Yeah.
Like, just a guy.
Yeah. Not even
Like, I
like
don't know.
the
He's
most
an office worker.
he's
That
he's like
stupid like haircut that's just like swiped to the side, but
okay,
like slicked back.
so you're actually thinking of just Jim from The Office is what we're going with.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I thought that's what you were going for intentionally when you said The Office or when you said like he's an office worker.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
That's so
Well,
funny.
okay. I mean, there you go.
Yeah, all right. So he looks like John Krasinski. He looks like Jim from The Office. Like season one
I
Jim?
haven't seen
Is
that.
that what we're going for? Just the most generic fucking like not super tall, not super short. Just whatever the average height for men is. He dresses like he's
I
got
think,
a t-shirt and jeans and like fucking sneakers on.
yeah. I think like a cross between like an office worker and like a professor, where
Wait,
he's
what'd you
like
say?
kind of like an office worker and a professor,
Okay. Okay. So
kind of
he's a
like
nerd.
yeah.
Does he wear glasses?
I think so.
Yeah, he
I can
has
see
to.
that.
That's true.
Think
Um
like Clark Kent.
okay. Okay. Yeah,
Like
okay.
a nerd.
Yeah, yeah. For anyone who's watched Castleton, it's like Lysander's mortal persona that probably. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah,
Oh man.
that's a lot. This is so much. I love it. I think
See,
like
it's usually with the characters I make, it's like I can go into whole details, but for like a basic office guy,
he's just
I
a
don't make
man.
many characters that are just like he's just a guy. He's just there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that's the thing
I
is like
feel like
both
I'm
of
like
us
I'm
are
like oh
like get ready to make
fancy.
characters that you've never seen me make before. I'm making a fucking I think like
You're going like high
seven.
fantasy like
Yeah, I'm thinking Ogden is like
I'm like guy.
7, 8 foot tall. Like I think he's like, and I think he's fucking built. I think he's like, yeah. You blushing?
No.
Relax.
Oh whoa!
Little spray
What
bottle.
did I do?
Down boy. Uh.
What did I do?
Listen, I'm also thirsty
Excuse me
after
for
Ogden.
living.
We love Ogden. Yeah, I think tall like bark skin I think is interesting because like when David like touches his hand or like like if he like were to touch the bark skin, it wouldn't really feel tough. It wouldn't feel like
Huh.
bark. It would feel like he was just holding a human hand.
Like
You know,
oh,
I think his
interesting.
skin is really soft. Like his skin feels, but like
He moisturizes.
but it's I think it's like dependent on what he's touching. You know what I mean? Like if he's holding a human's hand, he's going to want to like change that feeling to feel more like soft to the touch, more comforting. Whereas like
He's
if he's
mimicking.
going to throat punch a bitch, yeah, he's going to have like the tough bark skin because that's going to make the most impact. Like it depends on the context and the situation and where he's at. You know what I mean? So like if he's in a fight or if he is in a situation where he needs to be tougher, then he is. But when he's like, you know, sitting with David and just they like hold hands or something, it like okay, it feels like a human hand. It feels normal.
It's normal.
Yeah, that's interesting. I love this. I love this so much. Okay, Crimoria. Let's do some world building here. Is Crimoria the name of the entire world, or is this like
a continent?
Is this like a continent or like the country that they're on? And like, is there multiple kingdoms, or is this just the name of the land at the moment? Because I think, I don't know how like large scale. Because I think the idea of like, okay, it's rom-com, it's being kind of silly. I think it's just like that's the country. I think it's just like this is the country landed on.
That's where
I think
they are.
there's different, because in Fae lore, there's like a summer court, there's a winter court, there's like different elementals, or like different element court. I think this is like a country within the summer court. I think is what's happening.
Let's do it. So it's like greenery, a lot of greenery.
A lot of greenery, because well, like they went out on like a company outing, a company retreat. That's like a hike or camping trip. I think they would have done that in the summer. So the summer court is what's going to be like the most active in terms of like where the fairy plane and the material plane kind of mesh. So
okay.
That's what I'm thinking is the deal.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Oh my god, my contacts are really dry for some reason.
Your sight, your vision.
My eyeballs. I cannot.
Eyes.
Yeah. I just keep thinking of all of the different like rom-com situations that these two idiots can get into. Trying
oh my
to
god.
Yeah, like I think like the animals are really different and weird. I think he's like David says something about like is being really hungry and needs like asks if they have like chicken or something, and all of them are like, "What's a chicken?" You know?
What's a chicken?
Yeah, but then they bring like a bird that they are like, "Oh, we have this I don't know. We have this like a cluck cluck bird or some shit like that." They say something totally different. It's very like, you know, in Legends of Evantris during there's a part in Once Upon a Witchlight where they're like, "Oh, do you have coffee?" Like they're talking to this like innkeeper Twig, and they're like, "Do you have coffee?" And she was like, "What's coffee?" Yeah, I love Twig so much. And they're like, "What's coffee?" And she was like, "No, we don't have coffee, but I can make you some bean milk." And they're like, "Well, what's bean milk?" And she just explains coffee.
It's just like, coffee, but
oh,
different name.
It's this bean that you roast and then you grind up and then you put hot water on it, and it's like, is this coffee? Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's what I think is happening. Like, there's so many, like, different, like, layer, like, language barrier type situations going on, and it's just for the fun.
Tea is like, it's hot leaf water.
Yeah. Do you have tea? No, we don't have tea, but we have leaf juice.
We've got these leaves.
Yeah, we have leaf water.
That we put in hot water.
They call it like
however
special,
long.
They call it like special like tonics and potions and stuff like that. And he looks at it and it's just like, this is
tea.
What? Yeah, that's what it is, I think.
It's just tea.
This is like special sacred potion or whatever. And it's like, I drink this with breakfast every morning.
Have this every day.
Try adding sugar and milk to it. It tastes delicious, you know, that kind of thing.
It's so good.
Yeah. I think that's great. Oh boy, this is so good. I think we got like so much here. I'm thinking like
so much.
The thing is, I knew like we're only at the hour-and-a-half mark, and I knew we were gonna come up with so much like instant. You know what I mean? It was gonna be right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Okay, let's think of more names. What is the evil? What is the prince like? What is the villain? What's our bad guy like? I mean, he's got to be some pompous dickhead. You know what I mean? He's got to be some, like, this is my kingdom, this is my land, I can do whatever I want with it. Like, that kind of guy. He truly thinks he is the... I think
I'd imagine he'd be very, like, pretty.
Yeah, I think he's gorgeous. Oh, I think there
Yeah.
is absolutely... Okay, remember how in the beginning I said, like, oh, we had an OC where it was like, oh, tries to get, like, seduced by the Fae Royal, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm good. I think they finally come face to face with this, like, Fae Royal. Or, like, David ends up going... He somehow ends up, like, separated from Ogden. Again, somehow ends up alone in the woods like a dumbass, right? I'm bullying David so
Freaking
hard.
idiot.
I'm so sorry. I love David. I'm bullying this poor man. But,
it's true.
Yeah, well, again...
How can you bully him? It's true.
He's, Sorry. So...
I'm getting bullied. I'm getting bullied.
That's the thing, is I'm not bullying David. I'm bullying you.
You're just bullying me. You're going straight to the source.
But that's because
you're out for blood.
Anyway, but I think that in the beginning, I think that, like, there is a part where, like, at one point he gets, like, separated from the group. Or maybe he just, like, gets lost. Maybe it's, like, a dream type thing, right? He was, like, walking in his sleep or something. And he somehow meets this, like, fairy prince. Very, like, pretty boy, tall but, like, slender and handsome. And it was very, like... Just
you see him being in, like, lots
beautiful.
of, like warm colors.
Yeah.
Like, dressed in that. But I can also see, like a weird cape that's, like...
I think it's more, like, iridescent.
Warm down to green.
Yeah. I think it's, like, iridescence. You know what I mean? Because like, a cool, like, white pearl iridescent would give, like, a... Sometimes orange, sometimes green, sometimes yellow, like, depending on the way the light hits it.
Yeah,
I think that's his whole energy. And I think he's trying to seduce David to get him to, like, come to me, come to my castle. And David...
You can trust me? You can definitely trust me.
But because David has already, like, had Ogden, he's, in a weird way, I think it's like a, like the Fey Magics, like his, like, Fey Magic Ogden, like, claimed him, you know? In a very, like, how do I describe this? Like, if there was not the threat of the other party trying to, like, hurt him, and this wasn't, like, a protection issue, then it would be very scary. But in this instance, he's like, oh, thank God I already, like, got with this tree man, because that might have just saved my life. But even if it wasn't due to, like, Fey magic, even if it wasn't due to, like, you know, some kind of, like, magical claiming or, like, you know, Fey rule, we're married now kind of situation, I would have still chosen this. Like, I still would have, like, been with this person. So, yeah, I think that's kind of a cool, like, kind of like the way that he realizes, like, oh, I kind of like Ogden. I keep doing this.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also, like, one, his way of kind of, like, accepting what's happening. Two, it really did save his life, but also that pisses this king off so hard. Because when he realizes that the seduction technique isn't working, that is a moment for him where he realizes, you got with this other, like, you got with this fucking tree man. And that
Wait a minute.
him off. Yeah. Like, he realizes he got, like, claimed, or he realizes he got, I don't like the word claim, but you know what I mean.
He's, like, crashing out. He's like, damn it.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm sorry, you did what? Like, he gets pissed.
So sassy.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry? Hello?
Excuse me? Yeah.
Excuse me? Oh, my wires.
Not happy about it. Yeah, I think that's the deal. Oof. Yeah. I don't know if that would, like, stop him from being able to, like, hunt David down. I think after that, the hunt part of it ends. I think after that, he's like, well, I can't, like, hunt you down now, because now you've been...
Where's the fun in this?
Yeah, well, it's like, instead of that, it's more like, now, like, there's certain Fae rules. It's like, if a Fae of, like, a certain amount of power, if a Fae, like, has claimed this human and is, like, keeping him, well, then he becomes kind of, like, not, kind of like, he becomes, like, untouchable. He becomes, like, you know, another party can't kill him unless it's, like, for, like, you know, certain reasons, right? So, I think it becomes, like, he almost becomes, like, untouchable just because he slept with Tree Man. And, instead, I think it's...
so funny to think about.
You know? I kept saying, Two Big Tops ass to ass the other day, or a few weeks ago, so, like...
She forget about that.
I told you! The energy of my channel is wild. Anyway.
It's so good!
So I think that instead of it being like, well, I'm gonna hunt you down, just hunting for sport to try and kill you, now it's a situation of you have emboldened this group to rise up in this, like, rebellion against my, like, reign. You've also, like, you are here when you're not fucking supposed to be. You've ruined my game because you fell into this fucking trap. Which was supposed to be for my own gain, but you ended up, like, getting caught by the wrong people. Like, he just does not like David because it's like, you keep fucking up my life. And so I think what he does instead... Exactly. I think what he does instead is... instead of
he's throwing a tantrum.
Yes, exactly. He's throwing a tantrum. He tries to open up a portal, and he's trying to get David back to the human world.
Oh, no.
So then the real, like, yeah, it goes against, now it's not trying to, like, oh, we're gonna hunt him down and kill him. Now it's like, just get him out of here. Just go home.
Just leave.
Yeah. So then he tries another, like, maybe it's like a dream thing or whatever, and the guy is like, well, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna be seduced by you this time. Like, David is like, I'm not gonna be seduced by you, you can't try it again, like, you already know it's not gonna work. And the Fae, like, king or prince is just like, well, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to seduce you. I'm gonna give you an option. I can get you home. I can get you back to your normal life. I can get you out of here. And so then David's kind of faced with
why
the
would
choice.
I go back?
That's full crash out. That's like, God damn it! That's the moment where he's like, because that's the full moment where it's like, again, he thinks that he's presenting David with this, like, difficult choice of, like,
this
don't you want to go back to your normal life and blah blah blah, and he's like, nah, I have an 8-foot-tall tree man boyfriend, and what did I have back at home? Taxes? No, like, that's
boxes.
Yeah,
a 9 to 5. No,
fuck that. Yeah, an hour-long commute. This is bullshit. Yeah.
No. Rent?
Yeah. Now I live in a tree. Like, now I sleep under.
Now
like,
I got a cool life.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. So now I have questions about David. Before
I don't have to wear a tie anymore.
I think for some reason he has, like, a tie in his backpack, and, like, during his, like,
he's like, I don't have to wear this anymore.
Yeah, there's, like, one, oh, yeah, no, wait, it's after the first, like, when he gets, like, claimed, you know, when he...
Oh.
I'm so sorry for anyone still watching this.
Are you, though? Are you?
We're book talk. We're book talk babes, and, we write accordingly. So I think, Yeah, I think there's so the first time I think definitely is like, he like drinks some like Fey potion, or like it's one of those like, oh, don't eat the food in the Feywild or else you'll be trapped there forever. Now we know
Doing
why.
it.
That's what that's what it is. He ate the Feywild food and then just got really horny about it. Like that's the real trap is not just eating the food. It's how you feel after you eat the food, and then Faye gotta claim you and keep you there.
It's like, uh-oh.
Oops.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
But I think like,
Oh. Ah.
oh no, so horrible.
Oh no.
Me just like, yeah. Anyway,
Terrible.
that's so horrible. So he, Jesus. Yeah, but I think that first time is like, okay, that happens. I think like there is another time, maybe there is like a big like bonfire, a big like celebration kind of deal that all the like fairy druids do, and as like a shedding his old life, as like a I'm accepting that I can't leave and that I can't go home. He like takes like his old um business stuff. He takes like a tie or whatever other like, if he had like stuff, like maybe because it was like a work retreat, they had like a folder that was like, like a packet of papers that was like activities that the team did or whatever. Some
Oh, he gets a
weird.
packet. Like, you have to do all these. Ew.
Yeah, but it's
No.
like these are like team building activities, and then you get to like fill them out. And blah, blah, it's like something like that. He takes it
Scavenger hunt.
in the tie, and he takes all this other shit, and he just like throws it into the bonfire, and it becomes a whole
He
like
takes,
ritual.
like, the whole backpack. Just chunks the
Ye-
backpack.
the whole thing.
Need
I
this.
don't know. The backpack could be useful. Put rocks and twigs in it. I don't know.
Rocks and twigs in it.
I don't
He can make
fucking
another
know.
one.
That's true. Out of leaves.
He can make a cooler one.
Yeah, one of the, oh my god, yes, like the druid people, like the girl that originally found him, like teaches him how to like make clothing and make like
Yeah.
bags and supplies like out of.
He can have a cooler backpack other than like a JanSport. No.
It is a JanSport too. Oh god. Yeah, it's like one of those like Walmart ones that he like.
You buy them real cheap, but they last forever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's so great. I think that's exactly what it is. It's like there's like
Perfect.
a big ritual where he kind of like throws it all in, and he's like, I'm part of what. Ooh. So I keep saying plantkin. Do we think that his like clan, do we think that the actual like clan of plantkin people have a name? Is there like a yeah, is there like a name for this like tribe, for this like group of like nomads?
I think there would be, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but like,
probably in their own language.
oh yeah, it would be in their own language, but I'm not now thinking like, okay, what would there be in, like, how would they translate it into English? You know what I mean? How would they translate it into yeah. Okay. This is a good
Interesting.
question. Yeah. I just looked over at chat and I saw Angry Meatballs message from earlier. The sorry guys, can't make it to trivia this week. So good.
I'm
so
busy.
Good. I'm busy getting married to this Fae Baron. Okay. So
Fine. Nobody's invited.
update you when the Wi-Fi gets set up. Okay, let's go.
Look in the router.
Okay, so something actually that Diana of the Rose suggested, which I think is really cool. The way that she comes up with like names for things is like she'll look up like the Latin word for something, and then she'll take that and just kind of like twist it and add like a, I don't know, add like a suffix or a prefix or something like that, and then like kind of like switch around the spelling, but keep that like root word, and that's a good way to like keep it. So, I want to look up like the Latin word for plant, and then maybe also the Latin word for person, and kind of figure out a way to mesh those two. You know what I mean?
Mesh them together.
Yeah. Latin word for plant.
Have a list of fantasy city names on my Pinterest right now, and there's one that's just called Golden Gate. That's not a fancy name. That's just a landmark.
That is a real place, my friend.
That's in San Francisco. Come on now.
All right. Well, this doesn't help me because the Latin word for plant is planta.
Just right to the point.
I could also look up like Latin word for tree.
True.
I think tree works if I fucking knew how to type. That's my problem. Your bitch doesn't know how to type. Oh, it's arbor. Okay, well that's easy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ooh, hold on. I kind of like this. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so my fucking contact lenses are bothering the hell out of me. I want to make sure that this is correct. That's not what I wanted. Why is Google like this?
Google.
Why do you do this to me? Latin. Okay. So the Latin word for man is vir, like vir. And then the Latin word for tree, or the Latin like root translation for tree is arbor. So I'm thinking something like, let me try and type it out.
Meshing those together is a little hard. Like meshing those together.
Not necessarily, because like the word arbor, starting with a vowel and then having like the first one be vir, so like like virarbus, something like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I like can only say that with an accent, but virarbus, virarbun, something like that. Virarbun. I kind of like that when you say it like with the accent,
a little
with the
roll.
twist in there. Yeah, you kind of almost have to make him sound like a mix of like Irish and Slavic at the same time. You know what I mean?
What a combo!
That's a crazy combo. I would love to hear someone do like an Irish and Hungarian accent at the same time.
Oh God.
Virarbus. Okay, do you think it wants to end in like an us or an an?
We can also go either way.
Virarbun or virarbos?
That's pretty good.
Virarbos?
Yeah.
virarbos.
That could work.
That's going in the chat.
There it goes.
I can say it. Okay, cool. Vidarbus. So with the clan of the Vidarbus people, living in a vast woods in Crimoria. We've got some good shit here, man. Like, I'm stoked about this. I want to roleplay this. I want to play this. I feel like Crimoria could be a really, really interesting like Feywild country in like a game, in a campaign.
So you could put it on a campaign.
I knew that whatever the fuck you and I made on this episode was going to be our next RP. Like, I'm going to text you. I'm gonna message you like all of the pit crews. I'm gonna draw this shit. I'm gonna like do all of it. And
everything.
Then I'll introduce the internet. I will tell the internet all about. I'll give people updates on like, here's what we wrote.
Here's this.
Oh my god, they kissed. Like, that's
oh my god.
Yeah, start fangirling over my own characters. I do that Constantly. It's a problem. I fangirl over my own
Kicking your
OCs.
feet.
Yeah, like I'll fangirl over like our RPs in like to myself. I'm like, oh my god, we finally got to this one because we plan these stories. Like we have like story beats and like ideas for characters. So when we hit certain story beats that we've had in the books for like ever, I'm like, it happened. It happened. They did it. You know what I mean?
It's real. Oh my god.
Yeah, finally. There's so many characters that we know
Oh my
are
god.
going to fall in love and they just haven't yet. And I'm like, just kiss.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Actually, Astra and Ronan. Sorry.
Oh my god.
We don't have to
they
talk
were
about them.
roommates.
No, we don't have to talk about them on stream. That can stay in the vault for sure. So
That can stay over there.
I mean,
just lock it away.
Look, we're just about at the 2-hour mark, which is crazy to me because like we've gotten a lot done in the last like
a lot.
I have a question for David. I have a question about David actually for you. I already like we've talked about how like Ogden, like if he was in a D&D game, he would be like a druid barbarian, right? What class do you think David would be in this setting? If we were to put this in like, we'll use D&D as the best example, but what do you think he would be?
Like before he fell or after?
Both. What do you got?
First. Damn it. I got to think.
I have an idea of what I think he would be, but he's your character, so
like,
you tell me.
I don't know what he would be before, because like, what class would you give someone who just kind of
doesn't do anything?
Doesn't do much.
NPC.
He's just an NPC. He has no special abilities.
His class is NPC. Like that's.
His class is NPC.
That's rough.
Oh no.
Well, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but after.
And I guess like after. I don't think he'd get any magic. Do you think? Like he did these.
It would be interesting if he does.
Like maybe over time.
Yeah.
He'd have to like learn and like integrate.
I think he'd be a rogue.
Yes. See, I was thinking either rogue or like a fighter. Like they teach him how to fight and stuff. He'd have to just learn how to defend himself.
I think he starts as a rogue, and like over time, it's like one of those like he starts as a rogue at like level 1, which is when he falls, right? And then, like as he goes on, like he's really good at keeping his head down. He's really good at not being noticed because he was a normal average dude that always just kind of kept his head down and like lived his life trying not to get noticed by like upper management or trying not to get noticed by people that he thought was attractive at the bar, and then he got too scared, you know, that kind of thing. I think he's that kind of person where he like
he's like under the radar.
He's tried to stay under the radar and stay as average as possible. That like that is what he's good at, and so he starts as like a rogue over time, and then as like the levels go on, as like you know the king starts like crashing out harder and harder, like he has to learn how to like actually like face something. So he might take like levels in fighter, but I think at the most part his whole thing is like everyone else is protecting him, he just has to stay hidden, he just has to stay in the shadows. But then he starts getting really good at like I can be in the shadows and be helpful. Yeah. Like maybe he sees like maybe there is a scene where he sees like Ogden going up against someone who is just as like powerful, maybe is like a spellcaster or something like that, like either better with magic or a different kind of fighter or something like that, and it's like okay, they're like evenly matched, like something is going wrong, and David is like, well, I can't have that, right? And he's like, you've been protecting me this whole time, I feel like I've gotten pretty good at what I can do, so I'm gonna help out, but like sneaky.
This reminds me of.
This is my like hand motion for rogues, but sneaky.
Sneaky.
Yeah. That's what I think it is.
Reminds me of James and Levi.
That is
How do you pronounce that?
exactly. It's Levi, yeah. But
Levi?
that
Okay.
is that is exactly who I was thinking about when I said Rogue. I was
Like,
like, oh shit, this
oh
is
no,
James and Levi. Like I was thinking Charlotte and
it's
Vito
them.
before. No, it's James and Levi. Yeah.
It's James and Levi.
Again, anyone who's watching this, we have so many original characters
There's
that
so
we just
many.
that don't see the light of day because it is just
They
us
don't.
texting each other back and forth these stories. James and Levi are a pirate crew. And I'm obsessed with them. There is too much lore for me to get into that because otherwise we would be here for another 2 hours.
Hours.
Yeah. But we are kind of at the 2 hour mark, so if you want, I can go ahead and just kind of give our recap.
I think yeah.
I think we're set.
We've come up with we've got a lot.
We did. We got a lot done in like the first hour, honestly. Like I felt like we had like a solid story and some solid characters after an hour. And we were at that point I was just like, okay, let's talk about how they kiss, you know?
When are they together?
When did they kiss? That's all I want to know.
When did they kiss?
That's all I need. That's all I ever need to know is like, okay, cool. All of this backstory and lore and rich like history and stuff is great.
No.
When do they kiss? How do they get in bed?
Oh, jeez.
All right. So I'm gonna give our little recap here. Cool. So in this story, what we've made here is that in in the normal ass human world, in the most average of cities,
The boring human world.
Yeah, in the most average of cities, in the most average of office buildings, there works the most average of men.
The basic white guy.
Yep, that's all we gotta know is he is just a basic white man. And he
The most basic bitch ever.
But he truly is. With the most basic bitch name, David. No last name.
If you get really wild, you can call him Dave.
Yeah, that's only if people are getting spicy. So
Getting real wild with it.
Or Davy. No one ever calls him Davy. No one's ever that brave. And so one day during a company retreat, a company outing, hiking trip, due to some sneakery on the part of the forests that they are hiking in, David ends up veering off trail and without really realizing ended up walking through some trees that were mysteriously arched and then promptly fell in a hole.
From bad to worse.
He fell in a hole, and in the hole, he ended up seeing someone finally come to his rescue, which happens to be a girl with a bunch of plants growing out of her head and the rest of her body. And in his confused state, thinking that he was hallucinating, he let this plant girl help him out of the hole and then feed him some dirt and moss, not realizing that what he had eaten...
He freaking ate it.
Yeah, and then he just accepted it because he thought he was hallucinating or dead or something.
He was like, you know what? Why not?
He said sure. What he didn't know was that he was actually eating these microscopic little bugs that were crawling into his brain and actually allowing him to translate and understand what it is that this plant girl was telling him, which was, come with me. And she took him to her clan of her druid circle of plant people, where he then met the oak tree representative, the sturdy leader of the pack, which is Ogden, and then they kiss. That's
Then they kiss. The end.
And then some other stuff happened, and then they kiss. No.
Some other stuff. His life's in danger, but it's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
As long as they kiss. No.
They're in love.
Yes. Well, through this discovery of these plant people, the plant people actually, Ogden specifically, does discover that David was led here by some not so nice Fey people in the country of Crimoria, And poor David's life is in danger, like Finn said.
It's in danger.
And so, being the super nice guy that he is, he decides to swear his own protection over David. And through protecting him from the less than favorable Fae royalty who just wanted to hunt David for sport because they were bored.
He just wanted a snack.
That's all he wanted. But he's not gonna fucking
snack.
get it. No. Yeah, Ogden said this snack is mine. And he takes on
two wildly different with different meanings to snack.
Yeah, exactly. And then they kiss, and that's our story.
And then they kiss.
Yeah. Oh my god, this has been so fun. I knew that this episode was going to be chaotic, but I knew it was going to be
of
so
course it's chaotic.
Fun and
silly.
silly.
Demons.
Yep, we love the ADH demons. Finn, thank you so much for being on my show. Thank you for being a guest. And thank you for
letting me be on the show.
Enduring
letting me spread the chaos.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for enduring your very first live stream experience with me.
Hey.
Oh my gosh. Tell the people, where can everybody find you on the internet?
My tags on pretty much everything is just IcarianSuns. So for Instagram, I have a Blue Sky now, so I'm gonna start posting there. I'm also on Tumblr, which I think it's just IcarianSuns. Pretty sure.
Know that, actually, I'm gonna go find you on Tumblr now.
I'm pretty sure it's that. But those are like my only socials.
Incredible. All right. Well, thank you. And in that case, I think it is time to raid into a channel. Let's see. Who are we gonna raid into?